The U.S. President, Donald Trump, has reacted to comments made by a former Russian president. In a social media post, Dmitry Medvedev mentioned a Soviet-era nuclear strike system known as the Dead Hand. And in response, Trump said, based on the highly provocative statements of the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, who is now the deputy chairman of the Security Council of the Russian Federation, I have ordered 2 nuclear submarines to be positioned in the appropriate regions, just in case these foolish and inflammatory statements are more than just that. Words are very important and can often lead to unintended consequences. I hope this will not be one of those instances.
Well, we had to do that. We just have to be careful. And a threat was made, and we didn't think it was appropriate, so I have to be very careful. So I do that on the basis of safety for our people. A threat was made by a former president of Russia, and we're going to protect our people.
Osama bin Javaid is live with us now from Moscow. So what exactly did Dmitry Medvedev say? Give us a sense also of who he is exactly. Remind our viewers.
Well, this is what a war of words can escalate to if one of those people in that exchange has access to nuclear submarines. This is a war of words that has been going on a social platform for more than a few days now. It essentially started with Dmitry Medvedev responding to Trump's ultimatum of moving the goalpost from 50 days to 10 days. So far, there's been no official response from either Vladimir Putin or the Russian Foreign Ministry regarding what they see this ultimatum to be, which expires on August 8th or 10th, depending on whether it is 10 days or 12 days, according to the US president. And Dmitry Medvedev, who was the former president of Russia, somebody who actually signed the treaty that exists between these two countries, the nuclear treaty, New START, was actually signed under his presidency, has now changed focus. Since he lost the presidency, he's become the deputy of the National Security Council and has been very hawkish about all that is happening with the United States. In his latest tweet to Trump, he called this ultimatum a step towards war and indicated towards a Soviet-era mechanism called the dead hand switch. And in response, President Trump has now repositioned these submarines. Again, this is all symbolism. There's a lot that needs to be read between the lines rather than what is happening. These submarines have the capabilities of striking Russia, even if the US president did not reposition them. And then it is happening under the umbrella of just yesterday when Vladimir Putin met the Belarusian president and for the first time indicated that he is going to press ahead and by the end of the year put ballistic missiles next to the border with NATO and European Union in Poland, in the border with Poland, because Belarus is going to get these missiles, which apparently have no interception mechanism. So all the talk about ratcheting down the tensions is actually not happening, and things seem to be escalating.
And so I think I know the answer to this already based on what you just said, but we are not seeing or hearing, there's nothing that suggests that there's any movement towards a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia right now.
Absolutely. And as this war of words is being exchanged on social media and on the internet, there is actually real fighting which is still happening on the ground. In the last 24 hours, we've heard multiple drones have been intercepted in Russian skies, fired from drone, according to local officials. There were 112 unmanned aerial vehicles, fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles, so bigger drones, which were intercepted and shot down. Some of them actually made contact. At least 2 people have been killed in Rostov and Pezin. It just goes to show that while there has been some indication that these countries could move towards a ceasefire or a plan towards it, it appears that the situation on the ground remains the same. Both sides exchanging fire. Just 48 hours ago, you heard from the Ukrainians where they reported hundreds of drones making contact with various locations. The Russian Defense Ministry did not confirm any attack on Kyiv, but did confirm that it has attacked Ukrainian military sites for multiple times in the last week. So as the tensions escalate, it appears that diplomacy will be a possible way out. And we are expecting that the U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East, somebody who is very close to President Trump, Steve Witkoff, is expected in Moscow soon.
Yeah, that's the same Steve Witkoff we just saw in Gaza yesterday, who was in Tel Aviv today. But you're right to point out that he's also officially in the middle of potential peace talks between Russia and Ukraine. Osama bin Javaid reporting from Moscow. Thank you very much.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.